I have to do so much.
All right, we'll let Scotty make a opening statement about the meet, and then we'll open it up to questions. So, Scotty, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Well, it was good to see the team finally, put a great meet together. You could tell by the look in their eyes, the approach that they had throughout the entire meet, that they were at least putting everything they had out there. And that's the first time I've seen that out of the team this year, really, out of pretty much everybody. And it was, it was really nice to see them do that. At the same time, we're still having, mistakes that we can fix and do a little bit better on. But, we kind of got the monkey off our back, I think, a little bit with that meet. And that was nice because it's really the first meet we haven't counted a fall all year.
Beam was really the focus from what it seemed like all week going into this meet. And then you had to pull one of your top beam workers, Stacy Webb. Where were your nerves at during the beam rotation?
You know what? It's funny. I've been watching this beam team practice all week, and Stacy came up to me before the meet, and she's like, "Scotty, I'm not feeling it on beam." And Stacy's at least strong enough and mature enough to be able to do that. And this kid's, I believe, ranked in the top 10 in the country on beam, and to be able to pull an athlete like that on that event and be okay with it, that's saying a lot about our beam team. It was really nice to see Kirsty Yee and Cameron Bear put together a great, two great routines for us, and that they really saved us on beam. It was great. So we were able to pull Stacy on beam because we needed her on floor, and she needed that.
No falls on the beam. Are you satisfied with tonight's performance on the beam?
Satisfied is such a funny word. I was very pleased. I don't know if I'm ever I don't know if a coach is ever satisfied, because we scored a 48.95 on beam. Mm-hmm. But I've literally seen our beam team score like a 49.4. So no, I'm not. I think we can improve even still more.
Okay. Natalie, you had a career high, correct? 9.90.
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts going into getting that score?
Well, my lineup placement actually got changed this week, and I've never done anything but go first. So it was actually a really cool experience for me because I knew that my team needed me and just needed me to do my job. So honestly, I'm not focused on the scores. I'm just focused on go put your best routine out there because your team needs you.
So you mentioned going first. Are you expected to go second, third, or even last later on the road?
Possibly. If my team needs me to go somewhere, I don't really care where I go. I just go out there.
You want to take me through your routine? Just describe what you were feeling when you were performing.
Well, actually, I was super excited. And so going into it, I actually just knew that tonight was the night to do this. And so before my first pass, I had the biggest smile on my face. I was way excited. And then after I landed that first pass, I've never done it that good in competition. And I was just like, okay, we're set up for greatness here. And so I just finished it out, and you could tell with the score at the end.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great floor routine. Right when she landed that first pass, we all knew it was going to be a good floor routine.
Melo, for you on bars, a great score for you tonight. I mean, just how did it feel out there?
Oh, it was super fun. I'm just grateful to be back and competing. So it's just fun for me this year, being out there.
Scotty, what improvements have you seen from Memo this season, just as it's rolled along?
You know what, the biggest thing we were fighting with Mem was just confidence in being out so long, and in her perception it was being out so long. But she, this is a very strong, very gifted athlete, and so we knew it was just a matter of time before Memo started performing like she did tonight. And she's looking great on beam right now too. So hopefully we can insert her in the beam lineup before the end of the year, get her a little bit of competition experience this year before next year, because we will use memory on everything next year.
One of my questions for Natalie, you guys still have a few meets left before you head into conference, and then do you feel like you're going to be able to carry the momentum you guys built tonight into your next couple of meets?
Yeah, I actually think that tonight makes us hungry for more because we saw we can do it. I'm not sure if you saw the score, 195.975. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lie, that kind of made a couple of us a little bit eager. I guess it's a good word. But yeah, we have a couple more meets to do it, and next week we got a really big team coming at us, and we're prepared for it.
as one of the most experienced people on the team, how do you see the rest of the squad in terms of ability and just overall talent?
This is definitely, out of my 4 years, the most talented team I've been on. And I think we could tell in the beginning of the season who had experience and who didn't. But after watching practice this week, I really think it's starting to set in and everybody's just ready to go.
Memory, it seems like you guys were just having a lot of fun down there tonight. What was the atmosphere of the team like down on the floor?
Oh, it was definitely like probably the most fun I've ever had out of me. I'm not gonna lie. We were just cheering for each other and like being in the moment. Like our coaches like talked to us about like being in the moment and supporting each other. And tonight, like we didn't have a problem at all. We just were invested in each other, and it was so much fun.
A tri-meet, does that add any challenges at all, or is it just the same?
Well, personally, I actually like really love tri-meets because there's so much going on, and you don't really like, you never really focus on different teams, so it doesn't really bother you. But it's just loud and crazy, so it's fun.
Scotty, it was alluded to next week, Michigan coming in, another top 10 opponent.
Yeah.
Is this team ready for that?
They, without question. Michigan is fantastic, and I believe they're the number one floor team in the entire country. So we've got to make sure that we get through the first 3 events like we did tonight, and try to put a little bit of pressure on Michigan in the end. And but they're not going to be finishing on beam, so unfortunately they're going to be finishing on vault, and they have a very good vault team too. So we've got to make sure that we keep right in there with them, because our floor team, I believe, can hang with anybody.
Quick question. You said put pressure on them, but what memory says you don't really focus on the other team. So how do you really put pressure on the other team?
Hit routines. It's simple. A great team and a great program like Michigan, and they are extremely well coached. They will, you have to make them hit routines. If I believe if we hit our routines and Michigan hits their routines, we probably will not beat that team. But if we hit routines and they struggle a little bit, we can potentially eclipse that team. That's the only way we can do it, is to hit our gymnastics very well. And you saw really good glimpses of that tonight on the floor of competition. So I think, with Stacy back in the beam lineup, that really helps us out. And with, Memory now knowing how good of a bar worker she is, and Danny, I'm telling you, the bar routine she did in warm-ups, I know that it seems like we are continuing to, work on that skill, but she can catch it. I mean, she can catch that thing all the time. So, she's just got to learn how to compete it, and there's a little bit of a difference there. And when she does, that's a huge bar routine for us, because the one she did in warm-ups would have gone 9-9. And we need that. We need those major release moves in these bar routines, especially come regionals.
All right, anything else?
One more. There are a lot of, we'll call them misguided BYU fans around here. Does that mess with you guys at all mentally when there's all those blue guys waving their signs and cheering?
Did it?
No.
Is that
I
No,
don't
man, they
even
didn't do
notice
anything
them.
to us. I didn't even notice them.
That's
Our fans were a little crazy. I loved it.
Yeah.
They were fantastic. That was a great crowd, and those goofy dudes down on the front row, I
Making
love
you
them.
Smile.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
You got it.
Oh, they were funny.